Do, 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 do. Yeah, I can hear myself. Okay. Can't do two at the same time. That sucks. Okay. Here I am, back on minerealm without Reaper with me today. Reaper's busy playing Saints Row, which is a game that I have never played. It's probably a good game. Like, he seems to have fun with it, so. Yeah, I know I said I would stream yesterday, but I ended up watching the concert and then I went to bed and then I watched the replay of the concert and I sort of fell asleep during that and then I watched the second day, um, which was it was very similar to the first day, but they had some different stuff at the end and different remixes during the performance and different outfits too. It was it was good. Um, they seemed kind of upset about how everything went down. I don't blame them. I had to keep quiet though, because my I live in an apartment, so my neighbors didn't need to hear me fangirling that early in the morning. If I lived in a house, though, I would have been loud. Their new CD comes out next month. I think I'm just gonna buy it on iTunes. Like I do want a physical copy, but at the same time, I really can't afford it. So, well, not right now. Um, Eventually, when this is all over, I can go back and get merchandise when it comes out. Like, I'm kind of disappointed I wasn't able to afford some of the stuff from the merchandise for this concert. They they had a scarf and a hat I really wanted. Um, the sweaters are a bit pricey for me to want to buy because I'm a person who wears the sweaters like constantly and I'd be scared to spill something on it. Like I know that it's branded stuff, so it's going to be more expensive. But um I missed all their merchandise this year because of that. Thank you, COVID. Because normally I would also have most of my Christmas shopping done by now as well, and instead I'm just like, Caitlin and my son, oh, sorry, I said a name. My niece and my son are going to get their presents because they're children first. Everybody else in my family can wait for their presents. Yes, thank you, COVID. I'm down one job. Thanks, COVID. Oh my God. This whole year has just been. But that concert was worth the splurge money I spent on it. Oh, it was awesome. I felt bad for spending the money, but then now I don't. I'm going to need to reposition the stairwell in this house. Neither did I. Now we know. Wow. I didn't really pay attention to computers back when they first came out. We had one, but we played Mission Impossible on it, and the robots were horrible, and it was a 2D game. Okay. I have work tonight, so you see, I'm doing this off of my laptop, so there's only so much I can do at the same time, and there's only so much juice that this laptop has. So I do need to get my own computer sometime. It's on my to-do list. I really didn't do much for Thanksgiving. I watched the concert. Uh apparently at my work they had cake, but I wasn't at work, so that looks better. My Thanksgiving was just like normally I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving to begin with. My it wasn't a big thing in my family till I met my mom, and then it was a big thing. My mom, she's very particular about everything. Oops. But then again, she had my grandmother who brought her up too. She said that grandmother would celebrate everything. So on Valentine's Day, she would dye the potatoes pink, and on St. Patrick's Day, she would dye them green, and I just shudder every time I think about that. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't grow up in that household. I know that sounds so mean. Oh, I still have Reaper's stuff. Maybe I should give that back to him. Yes, poisonous potatoes in real life. My mom didn't go that far. Yeah, they do that in for St. Patrick's Day. There's a lot of places around here that do that same thing, and in Toronto as well. But this year, obviously, St. Patrick's Day really wasn't a big thing. Usually it is. Like they have a whole parade in Toronto. It's a huge party, and I'm just over here going, guys, that's weird. I never really celebrated it to begin with. Why not just use dirt? Uh, that's sad. Um, we didn't shut down, like they had imposed some restrictions, but nothing compared to like the complete city shutdown. And then we didn't actually shut everything down completely until about April, and then they're like, okay, we've had enough of this. We're going to shut everything down. And then they did, and everything went down. And then when they opened back up, now we were in stage two here. My city's not doing so well with that. Mind you, they had a car rally like 2 weeks ago. And there's also an exercise bar apparently where there was a whole bunch of things, and a restaurant where there was an outbreak. A restaurant of all places was the cause of an outbreak. Oops, not that one. Like, I understand I'm in a retirement home. We have outbreaks happen in retirement homes, but a restaurant? That's strange. I'd say there are some restaurants that did not survive COVID in the area that I'm in. Like, I was happy to see that mine just moved instead of shutting down, but there were many that just shut down. I don't think they could do like a another round of complete shutdown here without it closing down a lot more. Yeah, a lot of places that have takeout are doing okay. Um, but if they relied on locals to come in and do stuff, they're not doing okay. Like karaoke bars and stuff, not doing okay. But many of the restaurants they're doing decent. Like they're not doing as well as they would without this, but they're getting people buying. I can't say the same here because the colleges are open here. This is gonna look really weird, but hey, it's not the worst building I've made. Uh, I know what I did here that I did wrong. Yeah, the college that I graduated from closed a long time before this. The Ontario did this weird thing where they went in and they said, "No, you" to a whole bunch of different. It was Everest. It's in the States, but like it's a private college or something, and they didn't like the amount of money that they were having to give to kids who were going there because it cost, as a fast track college, it costs actually a fair amount more to go to it than it would at a regular college because well, you're doing it in a really short amount of time. What would normally take you 2 years took you 6 months, and they didn't like the amount that they were having to pay for people who are going to these colleges, so they just went, no, you, and yeeted them out. I was glad I graduated before that happened. I would still be going there if I had done social work. Yeah, so myself, I would have had to pay like 10,000, but I only ended up paying just over, sorry, just under 7,000 because I had a grant. So, but normally you'd have to pay 10,000, and it's way less than that in a normal college, but it also takes a lot more time. Like when I went to it, it's like I want a job, I want it fast. I want to get this done and get into the workforce as soon as possible. I'm willing to pay extra to do that. But yeah, like you pay sometimes two or three times more the amount going to those colleges than you would actually just going to a regular college. So I understand the government's decision on that, but they should have just let the students who were still in there finish up their years, and they didn't. And the thing is because those are private colleges, they're not transferable to normal colleges. So a lot of people just lost their money because of that. And I was like, I'm glad I graduated. Because I don't like, that's just, I don't know what I would do in that situation. That's just horrible. Like, I remember I still had friends who were still at Everest when that happened, and Everest was completely blindsided by it too. It's like the government woke up one day and decided, hey, you're not a college anymore. Get lost. I mean, 10,000's not that bad if you consider some places in the world, so I never really complained about it. I have about 2,000 left on my debt, so not too bad in minerealm credits. Huh? I don't know how much I owe minerealm credits. A lot, especially if we're doing that sync thing. I want to see what this looks like. Yeah, like I have more debt than my student loans. Like I took out a loan for my cat last year because I had to take her to the vet. It looks very angular. Oh, you can get pet health care. It's just the the cats that I have most of them came from my overnight place. So my oldest is 13, and her owner passed away, and the family came in to pick her up, and then their condo said that you can't have another pet in the condo, so they had to literally get rid of her. So I took her, and it took months and months for her to get even let me pet her, She was very scared of me because her old owner was a very slow moving person because they were quite elderly and quite sick and quite frail. And here I am, I'm young and energetic, and she's not used to that. So it took her a while to get used to me. And the fact that I had other cats didn't help because she was not used to other cats. And then she it took her about 6 months, 5 or 6 months. Yes, to the cat I'm Flash. Her name's Norma. She's 13. She's gonna turn 14 this year. Like, I don't expect her to. She might be one of those cats that lived 20 to 21 years old. You never know. And then my si- um when my sister lived with me, she had a cat with her, and then when she moved out, she gave me a cat because she knew I'd miss hers. And her cat lived with me for a year before I got um this cat named Norma that I'm talking about, the 13-year-old. So then my sister's cat went back to my sister after she moved out from where she was, and then I just had Norma and the cat my sister gave me, whose name is Archer. He's 5 or 6 years old now. Like, I got him when he was only 2. Um, and then at work, someone at work, they moved into a nursing home, but their family, instead of taking the cat, took everything out of the room and left a note on the door saying, "Oh, you guys can take care of the cat. We don't want her." So I had another cat. And like, didn't even know her age. They didn't know her age. They didn't know much about that cat. She was in horrible condition because her owner had had Alzheimer's, and it is not her owner's fault what happened to her. It's just she wasn't properly groomed or anything. And I don't blame her owner for that. I do blame the family because they came in often enough that they could probably see that the cat needed some help, and they just didn't care. Like, it's very obvious by the note that they left on the door. Take the cat, eat, it's gone, bye. So I took the cat, and she was with me for almost a year, and then she got cancer. So at the beginning of the year, I took her in, and because I at first I thought it was an abscess tooth, but it wasn't, and it was very fast growing, and they said that they could actually take it out, but then she would be missing half of her jaw. And as like, they aged her around 10 years old. So I was like, what kind of quality of life am I giving a cat if she only has half a face and she has to go through chemotherapy? Like, you know. So she's on my mantle. I got her ashes. But she passed away 3 weeks before her old owner passed away. So in a way, it's like she knew that her old owner was going. So then earlier this year, when the outbreak began, we had another person from work went into the hospital, and she just came back this week, but she had some health issues. So I have her cat. Um, they asked me to take care of her cat, and now she doesn't want it back because she doesn't think that she'll be able to properly take care of it. And when you have health issues, I don't blame her. You know, that's not her fault. Her family could have taken the cat in, but they didn't. You see, I don't know why the families aren't willing to. I'm sure there's a story behind it, but it's okay. She's happy here. She's been here for several months now, so. But she's so fat. Oh my God. This cat can't get in and out of a regular litter box. Like, I have to have a low one for her, or she'll just knock it over. And ugh, I thought my cat was fat till I got her. The good thing is that she doesn't like the soft food I feed my other cats. She's like, I don't like this, so I'm not going to eat it. She just eats the hard food. She's not a nice cat. Like all the other cats that I have, even the one who was scared to death of me in the beginning is a nice cat. When she likes to purr, but if I still to this day if I move too fast, she tries to run away. But this other one, like if you don't pet her at the time that she wants to be pet, she'll demand it from you. But God forbid if you try to pet her when she doesn't want to be pet. You're losing your hand. She won't just growl at you. She will bite you and claw you. Like, she's not a nice cat. She does get along with my cats, though, so I can't complain there. But she's 10 years old, and I have the 13-year-old cat, so pretty soon my young one will be all alone. So sad. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do the other roof on this building. I said I was doing similar style buildings for the smaller houses in this area. When I'm waiting for the trees to grow, I will be staring. The replay of the concert is at 10 o'clock tonight, so I was kind of upset about that. I might go to work a bit early. Yeah, I watched. It's like, yeah, you've watched the same concert. Well, it was sort of the same. Like their last four songs are different, but on each of the days, but the rest of them were the same. There were different clothing and some of them were different remixes though. But but I'm not going to be on that long tonight, I promise you. Cause, well, it's good that it's Sunday, because on Sunday at work, like I do a lot of work in a little amount of time and then I'm free for the rest of the night. But I'm free tomorrow. But the problem with tomorrow is my friend streams on Mondays, so I usually don't stream on Mondays. Cause I don't like streaming at the same time as real life friends. Oh, you're not streaming tonight, okay. Like if it's a guildie from World of Warcraft, it depends what they're streaming. If they're streaming the same game as me, I will not interrupt them and stream my own. I will let them finish their stream of the game. But if they're streaming a different game, then I don't mind. Like tonight, Reaper is streaming Saints Row and streams are good to fall asleep to sometimes, but I really can't wait till they add that music feature in, so you guys can listen to some music in between me talking without it muting it afterwards. 1 tree later. Because even if you show that you have Spotify on your stream, it will still mute it if, you know, it will still mute it, which sucks. because I listen to a wide range of music. So my bed's really low, so even if mine was near my bed, it wouldn't do. Hey, I got a squid. I will be watching the Minecraft Ultimate Championships that are coming up. Any more squids? I don't think so. There's a fish in here. Oh, no, there's one over here. Yeah, sort of. When they do spawn in, there's a row of fishes. See, fishes annoy me more than squid. Mm. My headphones are wireless, but they're not a good set. Like this is the cheapest one I could find for this type. I had a really good pair before, but then I lost the transmitter for it, and they don't sell that type anymore, so. These ones are nice though. I can fold them up and they go with me to work. Where I will watch Vicky and chill. Not Netflix, but Vicky. The next TV I'm going to get is going to have Roku on it, so I can get Vicky on my TV. I also have Asian Crush. That's an interesting one. Like, it has more cutesy ones. A lot of Japanese ones are on Asian Crush. Vicky is a really good mix of Chinese, Japanese, and Chinese, Japanese, Thai, and Korean. Well, I live on my own, but none of my family are streamers. Only one other family even plays video games, and she plays Hearthstone. Not that Hearthstone is bad. I do like Hearthstone. I prefer Magic the Gathering online, but I will play Hearthstone now and then. Am I good at it? Not really. Is it Hearth or is it Hearth? Does it matter? Is it potato, potato? Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. I was trying to see if I could stream on both Twitch and my Discord so the people on my Discord could see, but it's okay. That's what I was doing at the beginning of the stream, but it was dropping way too many frames. I was like, no, that's too much. Not enough. I don't have enough beefiness. Do you think I'm scared of you, zombie? Because I'm not. Oops. I should probably do this, though. Well. Hi. I was wondering when you'd make it up here, but you can't actually get up the stairs. Oh, yeah, I can. Never mind. Still not scared of it. I did something weird. Um. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, that fixes it. That was a derp and a half. I'm gonna have to fix this one too. Is that a new player? Because they're not having a good night if it is. I'm glad I noticed that before I had this complete area built up. Like, I would hate to take everything down. It's like, you have made a mistake. Much better. Okay. That makes more sense. Hmm. That works. There we go. I don't know if I should do stairs or slabs. We'll see. Not the best, not the worst. I only have like 50 more houses to build. I don't think I'm gonna do that many in this area, but you never know. I mean, I also have to recreate some of my builds from the other city. Could you imagine if wood was not a renewable resource on Minecraft servers and how much that would suck? Definitely, definitely not a good time. Let's see what that looks like from the outside. Not too bad. If it was bigger, I could do the stuff I do on the other server where from the air it looks like a Christmas ornament. At nighttime. A glow-in-the-dark Christmas ornament. But it's not big enough to do that with the roof. This area where I'm in right now will have houses and where I'm building right now as well. Except all the houses here are gonna be the same theme-ish. Mm. Am I visible? No, I wasn't. Oh no. could just imagine what the people on the other server are like. It's too angular. Or it's too flat. There's no in between with me. Ever. Oh. To make sure my houses are always extra lit up. Because I don't know what the light level for the server's spawn is anymore. It's non-existence. They'll spawn when they want to. Here we go. Okay, the roof looks a bit weird, but it is what it is. I don't think I would have been able to do it with staircases, so. Are you serious? Alrighty. we'll just leave that one the way it was then. Okay. I don't know why that keeps going off. Now we have to make one of these for every wood type. Take a screenshot of that for Cal. I have to do these as well. When Kel does stuff, he completely flattens it like this, like what I'm building in right now, but I just terraform it slightly. If you know, like when we go through my place, you notice that it's not flattened like this, because I prefer it a little more natural. Like I will flatten it a bit, but not too much. So I have to go and do that whole thing right there to terraform it just so it goes slightly down into this and it looks better than just a sheer cliff face and then flat. Um, he wasn't the only one that did that either. Like a lot of the people who used to live in this area flattened it like that. I'm the only one who really didn't like to flatten it. Um, Not that I mind that they flattened it. As you see, I'm building stuff on it and not complaining. It's just that's a whole lot of work I'm not willing to do. Let's be honest. Terraforming takes forever. I'm going to give back Reaper his stuff now that it's daytime. I do stream other servers. It's just with the other one that I stream, I need to be careful with it, and I haven't figured out how to stream and then cut everything bad bad out of it. Oh, I think I already cleansed this guy out, but we'll see. Yeah, you have nothing left for me. Hi, guy. Bye, guy. I really need to fix this area. There's going to be a new person that comes along one day and just, yeah, that's not good. I'm going to help Reaper with this stupid problem that he creates. I told him to light it up, and he just left it like this. And he wonders why he gets killed a lot. Reaper, Reaper, Reaper. Why are all his... Hmm. Sorry, Reaper. You can put it back to where you want afterwards. I'll be nice. I'll give him some sand and some zombie meat, and I'll give him a bunch of this. He doesn't need to build an underground base on this server. That's why I'm confused. Like, this is not the server he needs to do that on. Everything's protected. I own most of his properties, so, but apparently he still likes to put his stuff in properties that are public. So he better get on that and buy it for himself. Because I'm not buying another plot over here. Not for a while. I have goals and they're not over here. What's this? Maybe I'll get a staff member to check that out. This one should. Where's the corner? Where's the corner of my plot? My plot's somewhere over here. Yeah, this one's mine, but the one in between isn't, and there's something built here. I don't want people falling down it, though. So if I do it like that, okay. Hmm. Interesting. Like, that's not even hates. Hates is over here. Because when I first saw it, I was like, is this part of hates? See, this one was hates. And I literally don't know what to do with it. Because this used to be on the side of the ocean, and he built a pirate ship in here. In a cave that looks like a skull, and then now it's, as you could see during the did this. And then I said to him, maybe I can attach it to a water source. The nearest water source is over here, but his pirate ship is way too deep for me to connect it to. That's why he quit Minecraft, so you know. I feel like you're gonna spring on me. No? That's okay. I don't have any plots with animals on them over here. This is all just former members of our guild's areas that were building really ugly buildings. And grief. Like this whole area, I haven't taken it all down yet. Oops. I hopped down it though. I haven't taken it all down yet. I need to. This is above the pirate ship. And then there's this ugly cobble castle. I don't even know who originally owned this. Just, yeah, I'm gonna throw my sword at it. It's that ugly. Like, look at that. Ugh. Like, I don't mind cobble. I don't think cobble is as ugly as people think it is, but you have to mix it with stuff. So when you have something that's just cobble like this, it's kind of ugly. But if you mix it with woods and stuff, it can be pretty, it can be very pretty. But that's not pretty. That's ugly. You know, a lot of my builds have cobble in them. Yeah, like if you go to my original village, The bases of the building are cobbled, so it looks like they're stone and then they go into other stuff, but like they're not pure cobble. The only pure cobble building I have is my storage area underground. Really? Because I have like 72 double chests full of cobble if he wants them. I think it's 72. I have to go and count. This was villager breeders, so it's different. Like they had a purpose, and that purpose is now. Oh dear. And that purpose is now gone. So I have to take them down. But the village breeders were made out of cobble too. But as I said, they had a function, and I'm taking them down. We'll go over to my area so I can show you people how to build properly with cobble. There's enough wood on this server that you can make a building not just out of cobble. There used to not be wood on this server. It used to be a rare thing to find a sapling in the wild. Not anymore. You see, here's a good example. I mixed it. Even the bridge is made out of cobble. Oh yeah, like I mean, cobble has its like even if you find coral and you mix it with coral, dead coral goes excellent with these stone types. It's pretty much the same structure. It's just shaded a bit different. So you have some differences. But who wants to build an entire build out of dead coral? So here, we'll go through my area. I put my animals in these cobble buildings when I first started over here, and this is why 08 took a hissy fit at me, because he thought that I was just going to keep the cobble buildings like this, but I really had plans for them. So the bases of my animal buildings are all made out of cobble because that's where the animals were held, but the tops of them, as you can see, are different woods, different leaves. That sounds interesting. But in my mind, it immediately goes to like the mermaid scenes in Chinese movies where everything is just horrendously bright and pastel. This is underwater. Everything's blazing with light. Look at all these colors. You see, this is cobble mixed with stone. And again, another wood building right here with the cobble base. Hi, baby. I don't like babies. On a side note, on a very side note, these are my ugly wool buildings. The ones that I tell people I have made far uglier buildings than the one I just did. See? My ugly wool buildings. Don't you like them? Because this this village has stuff of literally everything in it. I even have a house made just out of crafting tables. See? Right here. You're never going to go without a crafting table in that house. Here's You're right. This is a house made out of cobble. Pure cobble. See? Not very pretty. I need to light this up better. Oh, I see what's happening on the top of that building. See, and this giant building right here is also made out of cobble, but it has different windows on every level, different colored windows to break it up. See? But this is my storage area. That's all cobble, but it's patterned. I made it pretty, see? You need something to break it up, because if it's just a tower of cobble, it's pretty ugly. Hey, there's a slime in there. This area spawns a ton of slimes and it annoys me. Right? Like, go ahead and build one. I can definitely assure you that slimes spawn whenever they please on my property, not just on the full moon. Well, the problem with this area is like that whole huge flat area is what my guildmates dug out before. And literally before the wipe, this whole area looked like that. It was dug all the way to Alexa's with just that, just like that. If there weren't markers, you would get lost. Like here, I'll run down and show them just how far it was from back there. It went like it was like 2,000 blocks of just that dug out like that. Um, that's why I had so many diamonds, because when Jaded quit, he gave everything to me. Well, he didn't, he didn't. He, like, he said, I reminded him of his ex-girlfriend. He didn't want to play with me anymore. He was just going to leave the server. His ex-girlfriend being someone I know in real life. That's why he associated me with them. So yeah, this whole area that I'm running through, this was all dug out just like what's underneath my base right now. Mind you, that area of my base didn't wipe, but this was like all the way down here. It was gross how much they dug. Mind you, this is it's all being wiped now, so this whole area is not dug out. That's dangerous. I will put a door there. Yeah, this is part of the subway system. I dug it out after the wipe so I could get back to North Line. As I said, I'm still going. Still going. It was dug to about right. Where are we? Yeah. So they dug it to about right here. This whole area was dug out. Yeah, the North Line and the Island Line was connected shortly before the tube came to our area, to the transportation hub at minus 2000, I think it was. It was one of the bigger transportation hubs. And then the tube system was put into place. Um, but yeah, before you could only get to my place through the Nether or the subway. Like, actually. And at first I didn't want the tube system near my place. Like they said they're connecting it to Alexa's, and I was like, okay, that's good. I think. Huh. But then when the tubes were put into place, I thought, that's not too bad. They're pretty close to the surface. So if I did want to dig out everything underneath it, it's not going to ruin the aesthetic. So now we have tubes all over the place. I don't know where the other tube that was going to go on, like maybe past my property, was going to be, but when they eventually start building it, it's okay. I'll give access to the properties that it goes under. I, as I said, I own a lot of property, and most of it is property that I don't intend on doing stuff to. It's just conserved. See if I have a mine cart somewhere, so I could just go to the thing. See, I made sure that my tube station's also connected to the railway. And this was because I can't shove a horse through the tube system. But I can shove it through the railway. Eventually, there'll be stops at my nether portals, too. Here. I forget what transportation hub this connects to, so we're gonna go and see. This used to be the best, going on the subway, not caring about stuff, and then the tube system came in, and it's like how much more faster than the subway. So it's made it kind of irrelevant, but it's still here. And it is the main way around my property, actually. Because other than the tubes, I don't have much. I also did the walls of the subway, as you can see. I could spruce it up a bit. And every 50 blocks or so, I'd give a door to at least one direction, and I did that so people wouldn't have to break into the subway and then go, well, I just broke everything because it was here and I had no way through it. So I put doors. So now you don't have that excuse. And then I put a whole bunch of signs saying, don't grief, you will be reported, but no one ever comes down here, so. Oh, stops. I think this stopped at like San, San Francisco, but I don't even know if that's called that anymore. It was supposed to stop there because there's a portal there. And it was going to go just east to west, but then someone attached it to the transportation hub up here because it made no sense to have two subway lines going east to west that were so close to each other. And I agreed. I didn't think they were that close, but I guess they kind of were. But yeah, this is all Islands line. That's what this line was called. The same as the tube system. It's Islands line. Not that I live on an island anymore. We used to live on an island. That's why everything was called islands, but it's not an island anymore. See, they dug this all out and connected it, and I honestly didn't think that we were that close, so. Here we are at the at the station that I was talking about. I forget whose station this is. Leckville station. Hmm. Yeah, so they connected it to this station, which is like the negative 2000 station. Do I want to know what's with that? That's weird. Oh, okay. That makes sense then, because just looking at it from this angle, I'm like, why? Why is it like that? Well, they're not public right now. So, like, if anybody ever wants to build in the public plots that are there, there's an entire subway system that connects all the way to spawn, sort of. There's like a one block thing where it doesn't. Oh, you fixed it? Thank you. Because there's like this wall, and it was just like a one block wide wall, and then. There's a stop coming up soon. It's unmarked. I think it used to belong to Red. Unless that was fixed too. Maybe, maybe not. No, there was one in between. Like there's a one of the redstone ones didn't have anything on it, but it looks like it was fixed. But yeah, there's a wall in this area somewhere. Much to my annoyance. Thank you for fixing it. And VC used to have a stop too, and yeah, that was a stop at one point, but I forget, like, it used to belong to Neff. I forgot who it belonged to after that. Um, but there used to be a stop called VC's Castle, and it was the main reason I didn't like bringing new people. Ah, see, there's the wall right here. See, the wall. Just like a one block wide wall. It's like, what the heck is with that? I'll have to fix that. Mm. But VC's stop was horrible. Like everything was behind, and then if you pushed your minecart through it, which one was this? Um, VC stop would put you behind this area. So if you broke your minecart in that area because you didn't know better just to push through, you would get stuck behind it. Yeah, someone griefed the subway. You get stuck behind it, and I had so many people just get stuck behind it that I got really annoyed. So then I had Wolfie um, roll it back, and then the person logged on that owned it and fell to his death apparently. So oops. And it's like, well, now you know how we feel getting stuck behind your castle all the time. See, it was right here. If you broke your minecart right here instead of just pushing through it, you were stuck behind here and your minecart was out here in this area. It was so annoying. Like I knew about it because I took the subway often, but new people would get stuck behind there all the time, and I don't think VC understood how frustrating it was for people like me who were called the noob shepherd to have to every couple of days fetch one of my new people from behind that. When I used to have new people that lived on my property, I don't anymore because my property is kind of dangerous. I'll get it better lit and then I'll invite the new people back. I didn't mind being someone who helped the new people, but it is strenuous, especially if you find some that have been looting people, which I've found on several occasions. It's like, please read the rules of the server. There is no griefing and no looting. If you want to purchase a property that has stuff on it already, you need to ask a staff member. They're not saying you can't. It's just a certain amount of time has to go past before you can purchase that property. Unless it's spawn. Different rules apply to spawn. We are now under Alexa's area. As if that's not ominous. Alexa, thunderclap. Hi, God. No, Alexa's really nice. Very nice player. You used to go right through my stop in this area. I don't know if you still do, though. Maybe, maybe not. See, this goes to Corvus, my city, and it also goes to Sub Aurora, which is a very nice city. It goes straight across the map. I miss Dead Sun Kingdom and Living Moon, but I'm glad I wiped them so I'd have more resources underneath them. Because that whole area was also dug out. They had a really nice castle there. I have pictures of the castle in my on my Facebook, I should say. I have pictures of the entire old area and what it looked like. We used to have a subway stop that came up underneath a giant wool creeper. Oh, it was awesome. People come out and go, wow, it's like a 50 block creeper. Except it was black and red. See, the sound of the subway system puts me to sleep because I used to watch train videos to put me to sleep, so this sound makes me tired. It's like not off. Anyways, I'm going to log off for tonight. I know a very short amount of time tonight. I have to get ready for work and I need to clean some dishes and do some stuff beforehand. So I'm home tomorrow. I'll try not to stream at the same time as my friend, but I will probably be streaming a short tomorrow night as well. Good night.